welcome to the W Basketball Podcast. We're really thrilled you're joining us today.
Yeah, we're diving deep into one of the, truly most unexpected outcomes of this 2025 WNBA season.
Have you ever felt just completely underestimated, like nobody gives you a shot? Maybe they look down on you, get a little complacent, maybe even cocky. Well, that's exactly the story we're unpacking today.
You can almost picture it, right? Like the nerdy kid finally standing up to the school bully.
Yeah.
And not just standing up, but landing a knockout punch.
Yeah.
It's that kind of, surprising turnaround.
Absolutely. And that's why we're zeroing in on this really thrilling game between the Chicago Sky and the New York Liberty, August 21st, 2025.
This wasn't just any old regular season game, was it?
No way. This was a statement. A huge upset that didn't just, rattle the defending champs.
Right.
It sent real shockwaves through the whole league, made everyone kind of sit up and take notice.
So our mission today, basically, is to dig in. We want to pull out the most important bits of knowledge, the key insights from this incredible matchup.
Yeah, give you a shortcut to being really well informed about where these two teams stand right now.
Exactly. The players who made the difference, what it means for the league. Let's peel back the layers on this one. Right. So On one side, you got the Chicago Sky, and things looked, bleak. Truly bleak.
9-26 record, I think.
Yeah, 9-26, fifth in the East, already out of the playoffs, and stuck in this just brutal 5-game losing streak. They'd lost 13 of their last 14 games.
Ouch.
Yeah. So they walk in as massive underdogs playing in, the Liberty's home court, Barclays.
Enemy territory, as one source called it, which feels about right.
Totally. And then on the other side, the New York Liberty, defending champs.
Right and high. 22-14 record, second in the East, just beat Minnesota, feeling good.
Exactly. Now, they were missing Breanna Stewart, knee injury, and Nyara Sabali was out too.
Right. Key absences.
But let's be real. Even without Stewie, they were still the massive favorites. Deep roster, loads of talent. The odds were just way, way in their favor.
Yeah, no question.
But then, this is where it gets interesting. Even before tip-off, our sources pointed out this kind of peculiar pregame ring ceremony.
Oh, yeah, for Courtney Vandersloot, right, former Liberty player.
Exactly. Getting what looked like her championship ring from last year, and it was all like smiles and hugs on the Liberty side. And you got to wonder, did that maybe set a tone? Like a little too relaxed, maybe bordering on complacency?
Complacency, yeah, that word definitely popped up in the fan chats we saw. Almost like the Liberty figured this was going to be a cakewalk.
Right, and what's kind of revealing is how that feeling, that sort of assumed win, might have actually played into what happened later.
Like one source said, sometimes the team with nothing to lose is the most dangerous.
Exactly. The Sky, playoffs are gone, no pressure, just opportunity.
Right.
And they absolutely took it.
They really did. Okay, let's get into the game itself. Because despite all that pregame stuff, this wasn't some blowout where the Sky just, got lucky at the end.
No, not at all.
This was a fight the whole way, wasn't it? Sources say it was way tighter than expected. 21 lead changes. 11 ties.
Yeah, staggering numbers. 21 lead changes, 11 ties. That tells you right there, this wasn't a team just rolling over. It was back and forth.
So how did it break down quarter by quarter? Because the Liberty were actually ahead for most of it, yeah.
They were, but just barely.
Yeah.
Like razor-thin leads. First quarter, Liberty win 23-22. Second quarter, same thing, 23-22 Liberty.
Wow.
Third quarter, still super tight. New York takes it 22-21. So this incredibly close margin, 3 quarters straight, it just perfectly set the stage for a wild fourth.
Not a defensive grind, just evenly matched scoring for 3 quarters. Nobody saw that coming.
Nobody.
And that's exactly what we got in the fourth, a complete flip. Sky outscored the Liberty 26-17. So walk us through it. What happened in those last crucial minutes? How did the Sky grab control? And, how did the Liberty let it slip?
Okay, so with about 2.23 left, Sabrina Ionescu hits 2 free throws. Liberty go up 85-83. Looks like maybe they're steadying the ship, right?
Right.
But Ariel Atkins answers immediately, hits this massive runner in the lane, and crucially draws a foul on Emma Meesman.
Oh, huge play.
Huge. Game's tied 85-85. Atkins steps up, calm as anything, sinks the free throw. Sky take the lead 86-85 with just 1.35 left.
Okay, crunch time.
And from that exact moment, the Liberty just came apart. They went 0 for 4 from the field, had a critical turnover.
0 for 4, wow.
And the Sky just closed it out. Went on an 8-row run to finish the game, secured the 91-85 win. It was honestly a total collapse under pressure by the champs.
Incredible. And an 8er run to finish. That's dominance when it mattered most from the Sky. So, okay, Beyond those final moments, what were the big strategic battles? Where did Chicago really win this game, and where did New York lose it? Because it wasn't just one or two plays, right?
No, definitely not. It came down to some real fundamental stuff. Three things really jump out from the sources. First, and maybe the biggest shock, the Sky's dominance in the paint.
Okay.
Chicago scored a season-high 52 points inside. 52.
Whoa!
That number, it just screams a lack of defensive intensity, maybe physicality from the Liberty, especially for a championship team. It felt like it either underestimated this guy's inside game or just weren't ready to match their energy down low.
52 points in the paint is just massive. It's like the Sky had a free pass to the rim. Okay, so inside scoring was huge. What else?
Second big factor, rebounding. Just pure rebounding prowess from Chicago.
Ah, the boards.
Yeah, they out-rebounded New York significantly, 42-27 overall.
Wow, that's a big difference.
It is. And the defensive rebounding gap was even bigger, 32-17. That's critical, right? It totally limited the Liberty's second chance points and just gave this guy extra possessions. You put paint dominance together with that kind of rebounding edge. That's a team just physically outworking you.
Outworking and out-hustling them. Okay, and the third factor, this one seemed like it got a lot of attention in the stuff we looked at.
The third one, and maybe the most surprising, honestly, was the foul situation.
Yeah.
And the free throws that came from it.
Right, the disparity.
Huge disparity. The Sky shot 29 free throws. The Liberty, only 15.
29-15, that's almost double.
Exactly. And New York committed 24 fouls compared to Chicago's 17.
Yeah.
Even Liberty coach Sandy Brondello basically admitted it was their Achilles heel, said giving up 28, 29 free throws was just too much.
Yeah, I saw that quote.
And it wasn't just bench players fouling. Sabrina Ionescu fouled out. Emma Messman, Natasha Cloud, they both finished with 5 fouls.
Yeah.
This wasn't just, a couple bad calls. It pointed to a real lack of discipline, maybe frustration, from the Liberty.
Yeah.
It's that Achilles heel, like she said, that a focused team is going to exploit every time, especially come playoff time.
That foul difference alone speaks volumes.
And then you layer on the shooting splits. Sky shoot a solid 50% from the field. Pretty efficient. But the Liberty, a team known for bombing threes, right? They go from shooting 10 for 20 from deep in the first half, which is great, to just 3 for 17 after halftime.
Ooh, 18%.
18%. That's a massive drop-off. It's almost like their shooting touch just vanished at the break.
And if you connect all those dots, right? The second half shooting struggles for the Liberty combined with their foul trouble, getting feet in the paint, getting out-rebounded, it just opened the door wide open for the Sky.
Chicago kept attacking, kept getting to the line, kept making shots. Meanwhile, the Liberty, they just lost their offensive flow and their defensive composure completely.
Okay, now, this next bit, this is where so much of that pregame talk just gets totally flipped upside down.
The front court.
Yeah, we heard it all season, right? The haters, as the fans call them, saying Angel Reese and Kamilla Cardoso couldn't play together. Angel makes Kamilla worse. One of them has to go. All that noise.
Constant chatter.
But this game, it basically screamed the opposite. I mean, this deep dive, it really feels like it proved pretty much without a doubt that these two aren't just compatible. They might be the best young front court duo in the entire league.
Yeah, as one fan put it, the skyscrapers aren't going anywhere. They are here to stay. And honestly, the performance backs it up.
Totally.
What's really striking is just how historically efficient they were together in this game. Kamilla Cardoso, career night. Absolutely career night.
The numbers were nuts.
Career high, 22 points. Career high, 16 rebounds. Plus 5 assists, 2 steals, 1 block. And the efficiency, 8 of 9 from the field. Perfect. 6 for 6 from the free throw line.
8 of 9.
That's incredible. Get this. First player in WNBA history to put up 20 points, 15 rebounds, and 5 assists while shooting 85% or better from the field.
Wow. History made.
Yeah, and her passing vision. People were comparing it to Marc Gasol in some discussions. Just highlights how smart she played, not just scoring and rebounding. Super aggressive, super intelligent.
Okay, so Cardoso goes off, and Angel Reese, even though she was like on a minutes restriction, right, only 29 minutes.
Yeah, limited minutes, but still delivered 21 points, 10 rebounds, also had 3 assists and a steal.
That's her 10th straight double-double of
That's straight, yeah. And you can see her efficiency improving game by game. Her true shooting percentage is actually above league average now.
You just see that engine, right? That relentless motor, the never accept defeat thing people talk about.
Totally. The comparisons to Giannis, with those powerful drives, finishing with either hand, they don't seem so crazy sometimes. And it's clear a lot of people see her as the franchise.
Yeah, the generational personality, the revenue engine, the face of your team, all those descriptions came up.
And together, their combined force in this game,
Yeah.
just undeniable. The Sky's front court totally outplayed the Liberty star duo of Jonquel Jones and Emma Meesman.
Both former MVPs, all-stars.
Right. And Cardoso and Reese combined 13 more points than Jones and Meesman, and almost doubled them up on the boards, 26 rebounds to 14.
26 to 14, good grief.
So this wasn't just like a lucky win. It felt like a real statement from those two young players. They're not just the foundation. They can actually dominate elite players right now.
Those stats are just staggering. But, playing the champs, even without Stewie, how do you see this performance as more than just a one-off? Like, does this really shut down those critics for good? What did they do differently together here that made it click so well?
Well, I think it wasn't just the individual numbers, right? It was how they seemed to complement each other on the court. You saw Cardoso's passing, finding cutters, Reese constantly attacking, putting pressure on the rim, her defense. They created this constant physical presence. And they were both efficient. They didn't seem to be forcing shots. They focused on controlling the paint, controlling the glass. It suggests it's not just raw talent anymore. It's like a growing chemistry, a real understanding of how to play off each other's strengths.
So like a blueprint, maybe, for how they can succeed long-term if the team builds around them the right way?
Exactly.
Yeah.
It definitely looks like a blueprint, provided, like you said, management builds around them smartly.
And it wasn't just the skyscrapers carrying the load, though. Ariel Atkins was huge. 19 points, right? And 9 of those in the fourth quarter clutch time.
Yep, super clutch. And her defense is always a factor, averages nearly 2 steals a game.
And Michaela Onyenwer, she bounced back too. After getting 0 points in the game before, she chipped in a solid 13 against the Liberty.
Yeah, big contribution from her. Needed that secondary scoring.
Meanwhile, for the Liberty, Jonquel Jones actually had a big scoring night, 25 points, tied her career high with 5 threes, I think.
Yeah, 5 for 11 from deep. Offensively, she was good. But some sources did point out her defense seemed a bit lackadaisical at times.
And Emma Meesman, usually so steady, had some decent all-around stats, but only 5 points. And 5 fouls.
Yeah, offensively, she was really stifled. And a lot of that seemed to be Angel Reese's defense just locking her down, which, against a former MVP like Meesman, that says a lot about Reese's defensive impact and growth.
Definitely. So, okay, we've got these amazing individual games, especially from the Sky's young stars, but that stuff doesn't happen in a vacuum, does it?
No, never does.
It puts a big spotlight on the coaching, on the team cultures. Let's start with the Sky's coach, Tyler Marsh. This was arguably Coach Tyler Marsh's best game of the season, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, seemed like it. Timely timeouts, especially in that crazy fourth quarter. His rotations looked good, kept guys fresh.
And that decision to bench Rachel Banham late for the second game in a row, that seemed to work.
Yeah, showed a willingness to make tough calls. And sticking with Cardoso through foul trouble, showed confidence, and she delivered.
So credit where it's due for Marsh in this game. Push the right buttons.
But there's still that bigger picture debate about him, isn't there?
Oh, yeah. Lots of discussion online. Is he a B- or C-tier coach? Is the team's record mostly a talent issue?
Right. Would an A-plus coach have gotten more out of this roster, even with its flaws? It raises those long-term questions about his fit.
Especially with the talent they do have in Reese and Cardoso.
Exactly.
Okay, so a good night for Marsh. What about the other sideline? Sandy Brondello and the Liberty. The sources seemed less impressed there. Seemed to connect this loss to bigger picture stuff.
Yeah, there's definitely a strong critique floating around that the Liberty front office maybe covers for Sandy's coaching deficiency.
Most strong words.
Very. The argument is, they've got the supercar roster, especially adding Natasha Cloud, Emma Meesman, but the team still seems to underperform sometimes. The feeling is a roster this stacked should be absolutely rolling, not struggling with intensity and discipline against a team already out of the playoffs.
Okay, that's a pretty tough assessment of Brondello from the sources, but, the counter-argument is always there. Hey, they didn't have Brianna Stewart.
That even without Stewart, the sheer depth of talent on that Liberty roster, they still should have handled a 9-2016 with more focus, more discipline. The issues that surfaced, the fouls, the defensive gaps, the second-half shooting slump felt deeper than just missing one superstar.
That distinction makes sense, and it really makes you think about the longer-term picture, the roster building for both teams.
For sure.
For the Sky, the message from the sources seems crystal clear. Build around the big three, Angel, Ariel, and Kamilla. That's the core.
Yeah, unanimous on that.
And there's this urgent cry for, quote, better guards. Guards who can defend the perimeter but also be a consistent offensive threat.
Definitely a need.
And there were some pretty sharp criticisms aimed at the GM, Jeff Pagliocca, too. Things like poor roster building, hurting long-term flexibility, letting go of Sonia Citron, who's a rookie all-star.
Yeah, those decisions are being questioned now, especially seeing the potential of the core.
Some fans even suggested Angel Reese should have a say in hiring the next GM or coach, given her status as the franchise face.
Interesting idea. Shows how high the stakes are perceived to be right now for Chicago.
Yeah.
They've found these cornerstones in Reese and Cardoso, and the pressure is absolutely on management now to get it right, build properly around them, and not waste this window.
Yeah, huge pressure. And for the Liberty, this loss wasn't just embarrassing, it actually dropped them to 4th overall in the standings.
Right. Has real playoff seeding implications.
And it raises serious questions, according to the sources, about their lack of intensity, their readiness for the playoffs, especially if they run into, say, the Aces or the Mercury or even the Fever teams that seem to be hitting their stride with more focus right now.
Yeah, you can't afford these kinds of lapses heading into the postseason. The margin for error just disappears. Well, thank you so much for watching the W Basketball Podcast.
We really appreciate you joining us. We'll see you next time for another deep dive into the world of basketball.